Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is and will be the first video 2018 on this channel, and I know that I've made videos and I said, hey guys, new year, new me, I'm gonna post a lot of videos on this channel, and then I don't. And that's because I went through a year of just not doing what I am supposed to be doing. So this year is definitely going to be different, and it's a year of really pushing myself and encouraging myself in the Lord, and doing whatever it is that He wants me to do, doing His will and not Khadijah's will. So it's definitely going to be a tremendous year of growth for me. And yeah, and I pretty much just wanted to come on this channel to encourage you guys. And while I encourage you, I will be doing my makeup because I have to go to work in 30 minutes, or I have to leave my house in 30 minutes to go to work. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video and I can encourage at least one person, even if it's myself. That'd be great. I have an effect on here because I thought it'd be like cute, so don't mind that. And the reason why I'm talking like this is because I think I'm getting sick, but I like it because my voice sounds raspy, and I love when my voice sounds raspier than it already is. So yeah. But how many times did I say but already? 4 times? 5 times? Anyways, pretty much lately. So recently I had this strong feeling in the beginning of 2018 that this was going to be the year of tremendous growth. A year where the season that you were in, you will now be coming out of that season and going into a different season. And I didn't feel that right away, but there's the word but again. I have been following, I follow a lot of people, a lot of Christians on social media, including YouTube, Instagram, and that's pretty much all I use, YouTube and Instagram. So there was, okay, so if you guys have ever heard of Girl Defined, you probably have. They are sisters that encourage younger girls to pursue a relationship with the Lord, and they give them advice on girl stuff, like, and the biggest topic would be like relationships and things like that with the opposite sex, and desiring marriage, desiring to be in a relationship with a guy, and things like that. And they also encourage young men as well, because they know that men will probably watch their videos too, so that's great. And yeah, I really love what they do, and I support them 100%. And so Kristen is married, and Bethany at the time was single, and so a lot of girls, she was able to connect with a lot of girls, and a lot of girls were able to relate to her, and me. Again, I am in a different season in my life where I am single, but I'm not obsessed with the idea of wanting to be in a relationship. Eventually, I do want to get married, but it's a desire, but it's not as important as it was maybe 2 years ago. It's like, there's so much that I want to do in just being alone and having my relationship with the Lord, and just, it's so awesome because I get to focus on Him, and I think that marriage is awesome. It's beautiful, God created it, but I want to enjoy the season that I'm in right now, and I don't want to rush it. I'm in no rush to get married right now. Anyways, so, I could really relate to her, and a lot of girls can as well, and she would just encourage them in their single season, and it was just so refreshing to see. And she was like 29. She is 29. So recently, she created a video saying, guys, I have big news, and she like dropped a bomb on us and was like, I'm in a relationship. I was like, girl, yes. I was so happy for her because, it was something that she desired, and, she thought it to be so important to her. And it was such a special thing, but she knew that she had to take her time with it and allow God to really guide her. And she knew that she wanted God to be in the center of her relationship, and that, you know, the man that, you know, God would provide for her. Like, she prayed for him, and all these amazing things, and then bam, God sent her, you know, or the man that would pursue her. And I see their things, like, they post on social media and stuff like that. Instagram, he doesn't have social media, so he goes on her social media, but it's so amazing. And I'm like, wow, like, you know, like, she really trusted God and she pursued God with all her heart, and then God gave her the desires of her heart. How amazing is that? And I was just so, like, I was emotional. Like, I started welling up in tears, and I was like, wow, God, you're so good, you know, to those who wait, and to those who continually pursue you even when the things that they desire isn't happening for them at that moment in time or when they want it to happen, but they still decide to make you first. And I was like, wow, that, I just, you know, it's just such a beautiful thing. One thing that, if you didn't know about me, that I will tell you about right now is I am a very sensitive person, and so I well up in tears quite often because that is how God created me. And sometimes I don't like it because, you know, people can always tell, you know, how I'm feeling just by looking at my face, because I wear my emotions on my face, and I definitely try not to, because, you know, we live in a world where it's so easy just to put a mask on and act like everything is okay, which I try to do sometimes, but it's not how God created me, so it doesn't work that way. So, yes, but I was so happy to hear that news, and I was like, wow, God, you're so awesome. You're amazing. Okay. And then I was on social media again, maybe like 2 weeks later, and I'm scrolling down, and all I see is I said yes on Jamie Grace's post. I was like, I had to like scroll back up and read it again. I'm like, what? See, I'm getting emotional again because I'm so happy. I was like, girl, what? Didn't even know you were in a relationship. I was like freaking out at work. People were like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, this girl who is single is like engaged now. Like, what? And they were like, oh, you're weird. But I was like, dude, that's crazy. That's amazing. And she was another one who, you know, was single, and she expressed to us as well that she desired to be in a relationship, but God first. You know, like, despite what she was feeling, what she wanted, she knew, like, I am willing to serve the Lord for the rest of my life, even if that means that I won't get married. And I'm like, wow, that is so inspirational to such young girls who follow them, like me. And, well, I'm close in age with them, but, and it's just so inspiring. And then to see that, wow, like, God comes clutch, you know, like, he will fulfill the desires of your hearts if you are, you know, within his will. And I cried. I was so happy. I was like, God, like, and then in that moment, right then and there, I was like, okay, I truly feel that this is the year. Oh, and I already explained it to you, where people are going to come out of seasons and enter into a new season. And it's going to be like mind blowing. It's going to be like, wow, like only God did that. I have two friends in my church who are pregnant, and they got pregnant around the exact same time. And one of my friends went through a traumatic experience, and then God blessed them outside of that. Like, right after that traumatic experience, God blessed them. And I didn't realize, but the same thing had happened to my other friend who was pregnant as well. And I was like, wow, like, God is so good. Even when you think it's not going well, or you think it's never gonna happen, God comes through. He comes clutch. And it's like, it's such an amazing testimony. And hopefully one day, they share it because it's so inspiring. But it's just so amazing. Like, God is putting people in different seasons, and it's like God is going to do something. He's not going to do something, like one thing, but he's going to do like a lot of amazing things in 2018 within the Christian community. Like, a lot of things are going to be fulfilled. I go on Facebook, this couple, like, they're a new couple, and I'm like, what? Like, they're dating? Like, there's so many things happening, and I don't know, like, what the exact word would be, but there's definitely, like, something going on in 2018, and God is going to do something big. Like, something big is going to happen. And it's, like, step by step. So, and I'm not saying, like, for my life personally. I'm just saying within the Christian community, and it's, like, it's awesome. So, guys, basically what I'm saying is be completely open to allowing God to use you for his will. Sorry. It's hard to talk and do your makeup. But yeah, use God to do his will, to fulfill his purpose in your life. I'm in a place right now where, I wasn't doing that at all. And now, like, starting literally yesterday, I was like, you know what, like, no more. Like, I'm gonna die to myself, and I'm not gonna try and fulfill the needs of Khadijah. I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm going to focus on the Lord 100%. And yeah, that is what I am currently doing right now. I actually, as you can see in the corner right there, I just set up a monthly schedule and a weekly schedule for me to be able to focus more. I was talking to my mom about it yesterday, how I realized, like, how I am. Like, I can't just get up and go do something. I need to, schedule it in my time, make it a priority, and then, when the day comes or the hour comes, then I will go and complete that task. And so, like I said, God is definitely teaching me a lot about myself, and I'm learning, how he created me. And I think that is something that a lot of people don't do. Like, we get so distracted with life. We get distracted with, oh, I want this to happen. And we work towards it without learning, hey, like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this how I was created? Like, is this something that is part of the will that God has for my life? We really have to start focusing on, okay, why am I here? How did God create me, and why did he create me? What was I created for? Obviously, to worship and serve the Lord. But, like, what little skills, I shouldn't say little, because God gives us amazing, amazing gifts, and it's, like, up to us whether or not we want to use those gifts, those talents that he's given us. But, figure out what those are. Really seek the Lord with all your heart and allow him to reveal those things to you. I am, definitely, it wasn't really something that I realized. It's just something that I'm finally, doing something about. That made no sense at all. But I've always loved music. I mean, who doesn't like music, right? But I just, at the age of 8, I wrote, like, was it 8? No. At the age of 10, I wrote my first song, and it was actually pretty catchy. And it was about God. And I wasn't saved, I wasn't born again, but I wrote a song for God. And then after that, I was into Hannah Montana, so I started writing songs about being an ordinary girl and stuff like that. I taught myself guitar at the age of 12. And then I picked up piano recently in 2016. And I am self-taught in a lot of those things, and I try to sing too, and I think that my voice has definitely improved. And after I got baptized in 2017, I started playing on my worship team, which is something that I never thought that I would actually do. But, like, again, God is just revealing these things to me, and I know that I am where I'm supposed to be. And I'm just so thankful, because if it wasn't for God, I would have never known these things about myself, or I would have never pursued these things. So I don't know what like God's gonna do with me musically, but I know that being a part of my worship team is something that, you know, he has for me, and I'm so thankful. Like, it's so cool. Like, as a little girl, I've always wanted to be in a band or something. Like, my cousins and I try to like create like a girl group, you know, in our basement, write songs together, and nothing happened with that, obviously. But you know, I'm outliving that, and even better, I'm doing it for the Lord, for His glory, leading people into worship, leading myself into worship. You know how like amazing that is? It's awesome, awesome sauce. And yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wrap things up now because I gotta go soon. But definitely want to like leave off by saying, guys, like, I know that usually in the colder months, it's like a darker time. And I would say definitely for me, it's a darker time, you know, but I also remember that when it was a darker time, it was one of the best moments. It was the best moment of my life in December, because I went through, you know, a really traumatic time in my life, and then right after that, being saved by Jesus Christ. And so it's like, it's sad, but God, you know, saved me from that, and He saved me from myself. And I will one day share my testimony on this channel, and I pray that it'll definitely encourage a lot of you guys out there, because even hearing my own testimony encourages me. It's like God did that. Like he completely did that, and He took over, because I let go, and I was like, you know what? If you're real, God, show me that you're real. Prove to me that you're real. And He did just that, and I am forever shook. In Jesus' name, amen. Yeah, like, Jesus transformed my life, literally, physically, mentally, spiritually. He transformed my life. And yeah, I think that's all I pretty much wanted to say. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, last night, I had like a meeting with my church, because we're planning an event in our church, and I don't know what happened, but I went from here all the way like down to here, and I don't know what happened to me, but I know that I struggle with, I don't know if it's depression. I don't want to say it's depression, because I don't want to struggle with depression, because it's really weird, but it might have been just that. And I had to really make a choice, because, you know, everything that we do in life, we have a choice. You know, and it's like in the beginning, like when Adam and Eve had that choice to not eat from the tree of life, you know, they chose to sin against God and eat from that tree. And we get to choose whether or not we want to serve God or not, you know. And I know a lot of times we sit there and we blame God, like, God, why did you make this happen? Why did you make that happen? But we also have to understand that God has always been good. You know, it's sin that's the problem. We have a sin problem. And sometimes, or all the time, we build this box, and we think that God is inside of that box as well. You know, and we don't realize that God is way bigger than anything that we think is the worst thing in the world. He's way bigger than that. And because we're so ignorant and we don't have this understanding of who God is, because we're human, right? We're in this body, we're in this world. God is a spirit. He's all-knowing, He's omniscient, omnipresent. You know, like, He's just so amazing, and we tend to not understand that, not to grasp that reality. And so we blame God because we don't understand things. You know, we don't see in the spiritual all the time. We only see in our flesh. But God loves us. And that's why he sent his son on the cross to die for all our sins, so that we may be able to have a relationship with God through Christ. You know, believing that he is the Son of God and that he did die for our sins, and that 3 days later he rose again and defeated death, and that death no longer has power over us. And, you know, the gospel is the truth, and, you know, we get to choose whether or not we want to believe in that. So don't let people influence you, because I definitely struggled with that before Christ, and I still struggle with that after Christ. You know, just believing whatever anybody told me was true, which is not true. And so, you know, take a stand for yourself. Put your foot down and shut everything off, and just really, like, in your heart, just choose whether or not choose to seek out the truth. Be open to wanting to know what the truth is, and let the truth reveal itself to you. Don't even go off of what I'm saying. You know, like, I'm not forcing anything on you guys, but I just want you to know, like, God transformed my life. And it was because I was open to seeking the truth, and I found it. And the Bible says, whoever knocks, the door will be open to you. If you seek, you will find, with a humbled heart. Not like, whatever, let me see if I can find something. Like, it has to be a humble heart. So, yeah, hopefully I encourage you guys. I am not the best speaker at all. I know a lot of people tell me that I have a really nice speaking voice, but it's definitely, like, an insecurity for me to speak in front of people, because I don't think that I'm good at it, and there's a lot that I can work on, but I know this is something that God wants me to do, unfortunately, so I have to work on it. I have to work on speaking in front of people. So yeah, but I hope you guys have an awesome, blessed day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Do people do that anymore? I should just goodbye. Have a great day. Bye, guys.